unedited, tell the truth,
And what?
and shame the devil.
I
I
love
love
being
being
black.
black.
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, people. Just coming here live, uncut, unedited, just checking in on my people. I got a good hour in me, and I promise you, I'm going to try not to go over an hour. I didn't come in late last night. I wanted to come in tonight, and I wanted to come in this morning to make up for last night. So just come on in, people. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. It's where we tell the truth and shame the devil. I love being black. All right. Make sure we get that in correctly. Come on in real quick. We got a great discussion, great video this morning. I got the phone lines open. Our cutoff time is exactly 8:30. So we got an hour. So if you can't get it in an hour, if I can't get it in, we got to shut it down. You know, this is what we.
I love being black. Tell the truth, and shame the devil.
I love being black. Come on in, people. Come on in. Make sure you tag someone. Please tag someone in this live. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Tag someone in this live. Please tag someone in this live. We're definitely going to get it in. I'm going to tag someone in this live. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. We got a great video. Great video. Yeah. The capital that the immigrants gang. What's up? What's up, chat? All right. All right from Thailand. All right. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. That's right. What I'm talking about. See how people love me all over the world. That's good. We definitely gonna get it going. Get it going. Get it going. All right. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in.
You already know what it is.
Live, uncut,
Unedited.
unedited.
Tell
Tell
the
the truth
truth, and
shame
shame
the
the devil.
devil.
I
I
love
love
being
being black.
black.
All right, people. All right. I'm here just shortly. So we got to get it. Make it fast. Make it fast. Make it fast. I appreciate every last one of you. Thank you guys for your support. And you've been good to me. Now it's time for me to be even better. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm just sending a couple of texts out to a couple of people that I know that wanted to be on here this morning and missed me last night. And man, I tell you, I'm gonna get on with this video. So whoever's not here, y'all just have to fill them in because we got to get going. We definitely got to get going. All right, catch y'all. I hope y'all guys listen in your car somewhere. So we'll see how that works. All right, let me get. All right, let's get this video going.
And one would ask the question, how can all these poor immigrants come to this country and have all this capital? If they had that capital, why did they leave home? And if they didn't have the capital when they left home, how are they getting this capital here when they have no credit records and they have no paper trail and they have not? So who's capitalizing them? And I think if we begin to look at that question, we begin to get to the bottom of what's going on in the black community.
See, and you cannot, it's impossible in theory and practice to acquire wealth and power or to be economically competitive without a community. And right now in America, black folk do not have not one single solitary community in America. You cannot prosper, you cannot compete. It's going to be very difficult for black folk even to survive under the present circumstances because they don't have communities. All black folk got are neighborhoods. A neighborhood is like a bucket with a hole in it. A neighborhood is where you eat and sleep. A community is where you store your values, your history, your wealth, your power, your resources, your jobs, your tax base. And most of these neighborhoods have gotten so bad, so crime-ridden and run down and so dysfunctional that the neighbor has moved and all you got left is a hood. There's nothing left in them. We have a ranking order of acceptability in our society based on skin color, going white, yellow, brown, black. It's in a descending color order, going from the whitest to the darkest. And the wealth is also distributed along the same lines. The whitest at the top got the wealth, power, and resources going down. It trickles down, all the way down. The power and resources, as they go up and down, The further you go away from the white, the thinner it becomes, the weaker it becomes. And black folk are not that silly. They can say, consequently, if I want something, I'm gonna try to identify with anything as close to white as possible. And that's why you come up with this thing all the time about white ice is colder than black ice. They want to identify with it. But they never understand that rather than identify with it, why don't you go acquire your own? Then your black ice will be just as cold as white ice. Black folk on an aggregated national disposable basis of collected income, they might be the ninth richest nation on earth. Right now, if I take all the black folks' money annually and aggregate it, they might be they're richer than maybe Sweden, Canada, India, Pakistan, whole bunch of countries, Thailand, folks most all put together. But the difference is, what I keep trying to tell blacks, it doesn't make any difference because it's not aggregated. You aggregate something, you strengthen exponentially the power of it by multiplying the multiplying factor, by putting them together and then piling it up, making it stronger. But unfortunately, we are the only people that don't want that to occur because no.
All right, we're going to play it again for those that came in late.
And one would ask the question, how can all these poor immigrants come to this country and have all this capital? If they had that capital, why did they leave home? And if they didn't have the capital when they left home, how are they getting this capital here when they have no credit records and they have no paper trail? And they have not, so who's capitalizing them? And I think if we begin to look at that question, we begin to get to the bottom of what's going on in the black community.
See, and you cannot, it's impossible in theory and practice to acquire wealth and power or to be economically competitive without a community. And right now in America, black folk do not have not one single solitary community in America. You cannot prosper, you cannot compete. It's gonna be very difficult for black folk even to survive under the present circumstances because they don't have communities. All black folk got are neighborhoods. A neighborhood is like a bucket with a hole in it. A neighborhood is where you eat and sleep. A community is where you store your values, your history, your wealth, your power, your resources, your jobs, your tax base. And most of these neighborhoods have gotten so bad, so crime-ridden and run down and so dysfunctional that the neighbor has moved and all you got left is a hood. There's nothing left in them. We have a ranking order of acceptability in our society based on skin color, going white, yellow, brown, black. It's in a descending color order, going from the whitest to the darkest. And the wealth is also distributed along the same lines. The whitest at the top got the wealth, power, and resources going down. It trickles down, all the way down. The power and resources go, as they go up and down. The further you go away from the white, the thinner it becomes, the weaker it becomes. And black folk are not that silly. They can say, consequently, if I want something, I'm gonna try to identify with anything as close to white as possible. And that's why you come up with this thing all the time about white ice is colder than black ice. They want to identify with it. But they never understand that rather than identify with it, why don't you go acquire your own? Then your black ice will be just as cold as white ice. Black folk on an aggregated national disposable basis of collected income, they might be the ninth richest nation on earth. Right now, if I take all the black folks' money annually and aggregate it, they might be they're richer than maybe Sweden, Canada, India, Pakistan, whole bunch of countries, Thailand, folks most all put together. But the difference is, what I keep trying to tell blacks, it doesn't make any difference because it's not aggregated. You aggregate something, you strengthen exponentially the power of it by multiplying the multiplying factor, by putting them together and then piling it up, making it stronger. But unfortunately, we are the only people that don't want that to occur. Because you know why?
All right, people. It's a lot going on early this morning. I just want to put it in y'all spirit so we'll know what's going on. I'm going to put something on the screen, and it's real out here, people. People don't believe what we go through. They think just black people just whining. That's what they think. They think we just whining. Oh, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet. But they're going to see. And I'm telling you, they are going to see. And I'm going to put up an image. Okay. All right, up on the screen here. All right, read the screen. All right. The government help them get started in your communities, and you do the rest by supporting them with your spending power. Look up the spending power we collectively have among us. Isn't that real? That is real. That is real. That is real, people. Look at that. Folks come over here and do well. You know they come over here broke because the government is helping them. They know it.
Tell the truth
And what?
and shame the devil.
Good morning, people. And I know a lot of you guys get ready to go to work, but this is the truth right here. The government helped them. Helps them. Don't it? Don't the government help these people? Yeah. Look at that screen. A lot of you guys don't want to believe that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It is definitely the truth.
And one would ask the question, how can all these poor immigrants come to this country and have all this capital? If they had that capital, why did they leave home? And if they didn't have the capital when they left home, how are they getting this capital here when they have no
All right, we
credit
got Bill
records,
calling in.
and they have no paper trail, and they have not, so who's capitalizing them? And I think if we begin to look at that question, we begin to get to the bottom of what's going on in the black community.
Hold on,
See, and
Bill.
you cannot, it's impossible in theory and practice to acquire wealth and power or to be economically competitive without a community. And right now in America, black folk do not have not one single solitary community in America. You cannot prosper, you cannot compete. It's going to be very difficult for black folk even to survive under the present
Hold it, Bill.
circumstances because they don't have communities. All black folk got are neighborhoods. A neighborhood is like a bucket with a hole in it. A neighborhood is where you eat and sleep. A community is where you store your values, your history, your wealth, your power, your resources, your jobs, your tax base. And most of these neighborhoods have gotten so bad, so crime-ridden and run down and so dysfunctional that the neighbor has moved and all you got left is a hood. There's nothing left in them. We have a ranking order of acceptability in our society based on skin color, going white, yellow, brown, black. It's in a descending color order, going from the whitest to the darkest. And the wealth is also distributed along the same lines. The white is at the top, got the wealth, power, and resources going down. It trickles down, all the way down. The power and resources go, as they go up and down. The further you go away from the white, the thinner it becomes, the weaker it becomes. And black folk are not that silly. They can say, consequently, if I want something, I'm gonna try to identify with anything as close to white as possible. And that's why you come up with this saying all the time about white ice is colder than black ice. They want to identify with it. But they never have to understand that rather than identify with it, why don't you go acquire your own? Then your black ice will be just as cold as white ice. Black folk on an aggregated national disposable basis of collected income, they might be the ninth richest nation on earth. Right now, if I take all the black folks' money annually and aggregate it, they might be they're richer than maybe Sweden, Canada, India, Pakistan, whole bunch of countries, Thailand, folks most all put together. But the difference is, what I keep trying to tell blacks, it doesn't make any difference because it's not aggregated. You aggregate something, you strengthen exponentially the power of it by multiplying the multiplying factor, by putting them together and then piling it up, making it stronger. But unfortunately, we are the only people that don't want that to occur.
All right, people, we got a caller. Okay, come on, Bill. Real quick, we got an hour of power, as they say.
Yeah, Grand Rising, first of all.
Grand Rising.
You might be on something that's real heavy, man. You mentioned that these people had money and put in the bank and they froze their account. Now, why would people put money? First of all, how do you get a bank account in America? All Americans I know had to have a Social Security number to get a bank account. That's first and foremost. And if you apply for any kind of assistance, loan, or anything within the United States, first thing they want to know is how much money you get and your assets. And if it comes to food stamps or whatever, they're going to wait till you ain't got next to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it go for American people. So it's something real nefarious going on here.
Mm-hmm.
It's where they get the money from, because as far as the money that they would have personally wouldn't be a lot. I wouldn't think, with the average salary being over there about $2,500, $3,000 a year. But maybe they didn't get it from their government, because then they wouldn't be wanting to come over here.
Mm-hmm.
Only place that it could possibly come from is each one of them got money. Everybody got money. That need to be investigated. Would be from our government, the Democrat Party, Republican Party, both, or the cartel. And if it came from either one of them, there's something nefarious going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say right now.
And Bill, to make it so bad, they come over here dirt poor. And I ain't never seen so many people feel sorry for people and walk right past a homeless population, don't give them a quarter, dime, or nothing. Right here.
Yeah.
Right here. You got a son that
Come up with every
yeah. You got a son that you don't even let in your house. You got a homeless daughter with children. You don't let her in your house. Come on now, somebody talk to me this morning. See, these all, I call it fake love, fake pain. That's what it is. I said a lot of you brag about what you've done for the immigrants, but you can't brag about what you've done for the American citizens, because it's nothing, because you know you look down on them. That you see them on a train, you frown your face up at them. You see them shaking a cup, you act like you don't see them. You put your nose up in the air. But here's another people that don't look like you, don't care nothing about you, don't want to live really next to you. But you hurry up, break the bank. Break the bank. And remember, Bill, I said about black people.
Talk about your own.
Yeah, black people, they were so sympathetic when the migrants came here. They sleeping in the gas, not in the gas station, at the police station, and they was running coats up there. Even our own governor acted, you could take them in your house. Now, once black people found out that all the resources that they was receiving, that money, then all of a sudden, the blacks had a change of heart about the migrants. So my question is, Bill, to everybody, are you mad at their resources, or are you mad at them? Which one is it? Which one is it?
I'm mad at the government.
You know what? If we have to blame somebody, it's the government. It's the government. Because, hey, they allowed them to come over here. They allowed them to come here and do what they do. The government helped them. And, the government helped them start. But we do the rest by supporting them with our spending power. That's what we do, Bill.
And how did they get all the way, I believe Venezuela is like, it's 25 or 3,500 miles away, if I'm not mistaken. How did they get all the way over there? They said they walked all the way from there through Mexico to the United States. How did they get food?
Uh-huh. You know they had help, Bill. You know that. You know that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is real, people. We're taking calls, 872-299-0808. We got another probably 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and 40 minutes, I'm sorry. And come on in and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Where are all my people that is advocating for them. Explain this to me. Explain it to me. Explain it to me. You got a son, you got a daughter that's homeless, can't come to your house, can't call your phone. But here is, you got someone from a whole nother country, and you're so sympathetic. Ain't that something, Bill?
They was pulling up with water,
Yeah.
food, power lines, dropping them stuff off in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
People slick though, Martin. Years ago, I went to Acapulco and to Mexico City, and they the type of people who teach their kids that they can panhandle.
Mm-hmm. And let me say this. Yeah, let me say this, Bill. A lot of you guys hate Donald Trump so much you can't even see the truth. And again, Bill, you know where we live at here in Illinois, city of Chicago. The racist Republicans are not running the city of Chicago at all, not at all. This is a Democratic state, Democratic county, the county of Cook. So we can't blame our conditions on Donald Trump. And I just want to get that out there. We cannot blame our
largest city.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, they say, well, Martin, you sound like a Republican. No, I am not a Republican. I am a registered Democrat, and I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what I got to do.
Tell the truth.
That's
and
it.
Shame the devil.
That's what I got to do. So if anybody to blame this morning, this afternoon, tonight, this evening, whenever you're watching this, it's have to be our politicians, Bill. It has to be our politicians. You can't even blame the migrants tonight, this morning. As much as you want to blame the migrants for their situation here in America, you cannot blame them. You have to blame your politicians that allow this. That allow this. Real talk. So I'm not mad at no migrant this morning at all. Because everything that they're doing in this country, it has been allowed through our politicians voting. What they're voting for, policies. And that's on both sides. I'm going to say that. I ain't mad at no migrant this morning at all. But I want us, those of us as black people, with all this fake pain, I need you to wake up. I need you to get out of your feelings. You work for your racist boss, your racist company, and you still work for them. You're not quitting your job. Love, you know you got too much debt to quit. Am I right, Bill? They're not quitting their job.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, go ahead.
Go struggle, and ain't gonna take that November 1st off.
Uh-huh.
They're gonna come up with an excuse not to take off for November the 1st.
Uh-huh. Yeah. They know they're not gonna do it.
Right.
Okay, we got another caller, Bill. All right. We got a couple more calls. I'm sorry, y'all. Man, y'all been going in. Let me see who I got. Hold on. Let me see who's first. Let's be fair. All right. Let's be fair. Okay. 3268. Come on, caller. 3268.
What's going on, Martin?
Hey, Mr. Roosevelt. Good morning to you, sir. Good morning. Good morning
to everyone. Good morning to everyone. My whole thing is, they talk. Everybody's talking about the migrants, but what about the situation we're in now? Because the same people who are sympathizing, let's just say, towards the migrants, where's this so-called missionary zeal now? When food stamps, and all this other stuff for regular Americans has a chance of being cut off starting November 1st. Now, they managed to find a whole lot of money in the reserves, or wherever they got it from, our politicians, to help illegals, but yet, no one's bailing us as regular Americans out of this situation, this storm that we're about to go through. That's my whole thing. I mean, you don't do anything for the people that your own kind, but yet someone else. You do everything that you can for them. I mean, there's money in food stamp reserves and all of that. But no one's talking about tapping into that money to help regular Americans. But yet all of a sudden they found millions and billions to give to illegal migrants. They found billions of dollars to send to Israel. They found billions of dollars to send to Ukraine. For the record, Roosevelt does not stand with Ukraine. But yet, Americans, who are about to go through a food stamp forward, they stand a chance on getting their health care or getting their child care cut off starting November 1st. I don't get it.
Yeah, Roosevelt said, hey, we all don't get it, brother. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Not one black person should be mad at a migrant, an immigrant. It's our government. That's who we should be mad at. Real talk. Because they're not doing anything that this government is not allowing them to do. Real talk.
Yeah, but the thing is, a whole lot of people are mad at migrants because, if we wanted to, maybe we can go around them or something and maybe call them a couple of names, or, real violent people can maybe go around and maybe assault one or whatever. But the politicians or something, you can't do nothing to them. So the migrants at this point are the low hanging fruit. Is so we might be mad at the politicians or whatever, but the migrants are going to have to feel the brunt or whatever of our anger because we can't get to some of the rest of them. So whatever kind of thing that we wanted to put on the rest of them at the top, the migrants are going to have to deal with that smoke. Somebody's going to have to deal with it. It's going to have to be them.
Okay, Roosevelt, we got a line of people. Let me let somebody else in. I think there's
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because I only got a short time tonight. I mean this morning. I love to be on. Yeah, listen, I love to be on here 3 hours. Okay, 901 real quick. 901.
Good morning, Martin.
Good morning.
The last caller took the words out my mouth. I was going to bring up that same topic that he just suggested. And my whole thing is I think the government is corrupt. He's not doing right towards our people of Chicago. And also, one thing I want to bring up, that I've been watching the news on this hurricane. I want to see if the American people of the United States go support Jamaica or this horrified weather disaster. And if they do, why they can support us with the food stamps on November the 1st.
That's a good.
Where they gonna get that money from?
That's a good point. That is an excellent point. That's an excellent point.
They can get money wherever they want. The government is never broke. They print the money. They not only print the money. The scheme and the scam is they have to set a budget, and within setting a budget, all of the indicators, rules for recession, and all of this is set up by them. They built most of the top 1% built all these colleges. That's why they have wings and their family names and stuff.
Right.
And they taught the curriculum, finance and economics curriculum under their tutelage that's going to keep them at their advantage.
Okay. Hold it right there, Bill. Hold it right there. Let's go to the next caller because we got about an hour. Okay. 1381. They still calling me. 1381. Come on, caller. 1381. Last 4 digits of your number.
Yeah, I don't think, I'm going to speak for myself, and I just think people should feel the same way about this because it's just common sense. No, we shouldn't be mad at the migrants or, whatever name people want to call it. People try to get technical with it, but, we shouldn't be mad at them for what? They can't walk in the bank and get that money by themselves. They can't walk in public aid and get that money by themselves. They can't go in the hospital and get the care and better care by themselves. You know, the America has made an investment, and they want to see a return on their investment. And by seeing a return, they making money on them coming in, and they making money on them going out. They are victims themselves.
Man, I can't.
And I also don't think that. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, dear
I
sister.
also don't think that. Okay, I also don't think the black people like upset with the immigrants or migrants, whatever you guys want to call them. I think the thing was that the government lied to the black people like it was enough funds for us. They closed down our schools in the neighborhoods and so forth. And now when black people find out that they was lied, they was the only person they can get upset with because they felt like they was lied to and now they here taking their money. I think that's the reason why they like upset with the immigrants, because the government lied to them and they couldn't get it. So when they came over here and it was passing out these thousands of food stamps and Section 8 and places to live, but unfortunately we was lied and told to they didn't have the resource or the funds to keep our schools open. But then they turned around and opened them back up to let them live in it.
We're being lied to now about the whole food stamp thing, how they said that we don't have no money to fund it. We're always being lied to.
Okay.
Then you be mad at the politicians, not the migrants.
That's right. Well, we
but
just
they get close to the politicians, so they taking their guilt out of them, and that's not right. I'm not saying it's right. It's not right, but that's these the people they see in their face every day. So I think that's where the conflict come in at, because they see them walking around every day using all these resources, but we was lying and said we didn't have no resources, or we didn't have enough money, or it wasn't in our budget. And I think that's where like the hate stuff and the guilt came towards these people.
Okay, hold it right there. Let's go to the next caller. Area code 847. Come on, caller. 847. Thank you for holding.
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Just the only thing I agree with everything y'all saying. It's almost like it's money laundering, because the thing I don't understand is they come over here and like y'all say, like we saying, they don't have anything. They can get loans, they can get this, they can get that. And it seems like we lived here, we was born here and we don't get anything. To me, that don't make no sense. You know, it's the government. It's almost like they giving them our reparations in our face, because there's no way they can come over here and have nothing and end up having a shop, a nail shop, this, that, a food place, a restaurant. It's appalling to me. I don't understand, but it's definitely the government involved with this. It's money laundering, and it's our reparations y'all taking away from us. You know, it's the politicians and the government on this one. It ain't the migrants' fault, but we mad at them. We can't. I mean, it is what it is. We're looking at them like, hey, you know. It's not their fault. It's not. But
I want to say this: it's not their fault, but I got to stick up for my people to a certain degree, and stuff that's circling in my head as we've been talking. Yeah, a lot of people are angry. It ain't just the money that they're getting; it's their disposition. Seeing that one guy in city council, the arrogance of the aldermen, Latino aldermen, it brings flashbacks to a lot of people that lost their job because a Latino wanted to make sure that his cousin it's a lot of stuff, and now we know it's always been a thought, but never talked about, because our people don't talk about. I haven't had conversations sitting up talking about I hate white people. I want to hang them, and if we ever get the power, we gonna do this to them. Never had that conversation with none of the people I ever knew. But a lot of things have came to light, and we realized, and it's been said on this show and others, that we ain't got no friends. These people don't like us.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And who they identify with, who they identify with is white people, but not just white people. It's white supremacy that they identify with. So
yeah,
they come over and they call us lazy.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, let me play that video that Bill was talking about real quick. Let me play that video Bill was talking about.
Can I say something after you play that video?
I got another call after the other call. You can. All right.
You working. No more money for you. Bye-bye. Go back across the No more money for you. No more money for you. It's lazy. You lazy.
All right. Go ahead. I'm going to get this new call, then I'll let you go, my brother. 9433. Come on, caller. 9433. Phoenicians, come on.
I was going to say, they got the money. The government is just playing in our face. He's playing in everybody's face. The government playing, Trump playing. They really don't care about us. We got to have our own reparation, y'all. They really don't care about us. They got the money. I'm not mad at the migrants. I'm mad at the politicians. I'm mad at everybody that sits down and get a paycheck.
Okay. Go ahead, my bro.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, everybody keep talking about that video. I was down there, and I've been coming down there for a while. And that guy is working for Byron Central Lopez. Them aldermen have these people come down there. They have these people speak, and they give them speeches. They paying them. Some of them just coming down there out of hate. They ain't even getting paid, but they have them come down there and say these things. You know, and what's bad about this situation is you have our own people down there also working with these people. Some of them even out here calling themselves on the campaign trail. Some of them even out here acting like they standing up and fighting for the people, and they're not. That's why we can't achieve nothing. That's why we can't only go so far, because it's mainly our own. It ain't the migrants or people coming from whatever country they coming from. It's the government and our own people. And a lot of our own people is working for the government against their own interests.
Wow, a whole lot. You know, as I agree with Bill, we don't have no friends, people. There's no black and no brown and all that. People, they white on paper, but brown in the public, huh? They fight for resources. Let me play this video real quick again. I know for those of you who just came in, you haven't seen the video that we were basically having this conversation off of, and I'm going to play it. Right, here it is.
And one would ask the question, how can all these poor immigrants come to this country and have all this capital? If they had that capital, why did they leave home? And if they didn't have the capital when they left home, how are they getting this capital here when they have no credit records and they have no paper trail and they have not? So who's capitalizing them? And I think if we begin to look at that question, we begin to get to the bottom of what's going on in the black community.
See, and you cannot, it's impossible in theory and practice to acquire wealth and power or to be economically competitive without a community. And right now in America, black folk do not have not one single solitary community in America. You cannot prosper. You cannot compete. It's going to be very difficult for black folk even to survive under the present circumstances because they don't have communities. All black folk got are neighborhoods. A neighborhood is like a bucket with a hole in it. A neighborhood is where you eat and sleep. A community is where you store your values, your history, your wealth, your power, your resources, your jobs, your tax base. Most of these neighborhoods have gotten so bad and so crime-ridden and run down and so dysfunctional that the neighbor is moved and all you got left is a hood. There's nothing left in them. We have a ranking order of acceptability in our society based on skin color, going white, yellow, brown, black. It's in a descending color order, going from the whitest to the darkest. And the wealth is also distributed along the same lines. The whitest at the top got the wealth, power, and resources going down. It trickles down, all the way down. The power and resources go, as they go up and down. The further you go away from the white, the thinner it becomes, the weaker it becomes. And black folk are not that silly. They can say, consequently, if I want something, I'm gonna try to identify with anything as close to white as possible. And that's why you come up with this saying all the time about white ice is colder than black ice. They want to identify with it. But they never understand that rather than identifying with it, why don't you go acquire your own? Then your black ice will be just as cold as white ice. Black folk on an aggregated national disposable basis of collected income, they might be the 9th richest nation on earth. Right now, if I take all the black folks' money,
yeah, we still here.
Annually
Play the video.
They might be rich. They're richer
Play the
than
video. I don't know if you can hear.
Canada, India, Pakistan.
I probably can't hear it. Okay.
Whole bunch of countries, Thailand, folks, most all put together. But the difference is, what I keep trying to tell blacks, it doesn't make any difference because it's not aggregated. You aggregate something, you strengthen exponentially the power of it by multiplying factor, by putting them together and then piling it up, making it stronger. But unfortunately, we are the only people that don't want that to occur because you know why.
All right, people, I just want to play that video for those that came in late. We're still here. So the whole thing is, people, I don't like what's going on. Basically, we're financing our own oppression. Our tax money is financing, like the brother said, man, listen, they're getting paid for bringing them. They want something. They want a return for their investment. He couldn't have broke it down no clearer than that. And he's right. They're getting paid bringing them in, and they're getting paid making them leave or getting rid of them. So it's all a money game. It's a money scheme. And we fussing, and here our people complain about EBT and millions of dollars, billions of dollars. 1 billion, at least that we know of, was given to all migrants. And now when it come to us, the money is short now. It's short. Ain't that something? It is something, people. And just think about it, like Bill said earlier, these people didn't walk over in this country. How did they get here? Bus, plane? They didn't walk through no jungle just to get over here. You know, how did they survive? And again, how a poor person come to this country, and most of them can't even speak the language, come over and be prosperous because the government is behind them. And like I had on the screen, we keep them in power by shopping at their businesses. That's what we do. All these foreign-owned businesses are in the black community, and we go right there. We do all this grocery shopping at the gas station, at the corner store, blunts, Black and Mild, cigarettes, all types of stuff. All types of stuff. And we just give our money away. See a black brother with a store, one thing wrong, you ain't going in there no more. Oh, he too high. It's always something when it comes to a black business, and we don't support. And that's real talk. We supported one time just to tell everybody, I tried with the black people. Now they didn't treat me right, so I'm going to the next man. Yeah, okay. Okay. That's terrible. But all right, anybody want to say something real quick? We got another 20 minutes. Yeah, I got another, yeah. Go ahead.
I want to put this on people's mind too. Okay, there's more real news. Michael Young Baby, whatever you want to call it. All right. While me and my family was in the shelter, if y'all don't know my story, You know, we was homeless. They was paying people from Texas $50 an hour to do the same work in the shelters where people that work for the shelter right now making their little $20 or whatever. And them people weren't speaking up. Our people haven't been speaking up. We haven't been standing up. That's why we've been rolled over. The public aid system been treating us like dirt for years. We come up in there in the aid office and they talk to you any kind of way, etc. But let a Latino or European come up in there, they move them to the front of the line past you, sisters. I sat in aid office just to watch and take notes over the years back then. And our people don't say nothing. We don't stand up. We don't protect each other. We don't support each other, as Martin said. We ain't. So how they say the world feels we ain't about nothing. So people treat us as such, like we nothing.
The new day.
Mm-hmm. Y'all gonna realize it. Y'all gonna realize it.
I got another question at hand. Why would these countries, the only way, and it still don't add up, let's say number one resource as far as labor, just leave their country? That don't make sense.
No, that makes no sense. But they come over here with nothing. Yeah.
Because if you look at most of them countries they coming from, allegedly, look at the conditions of them countries. We got floors in our apartment. We got tile, wooden floors, or whatever. They sleeping on concrete. They going to a hole in the ground where we got toilets. You see? So yeah, they gonna come up over here for the free ride and get better living.
I understand that, but this is what I'm saying. We know how corrupt the government is in South America, Mexico, or whatever. Now, these are the people who work and they work for it. These are the people that we've been talking about coming here to pick fruit, but they was picking a crop that has a higher yield and bring in more money over there than any fruit that they grew in those countries. And those countries got resources. They got oil. They got more than just cocaine. They got oil, minerals, all kind of stuff, gold, and they got a grip on the labor force. We see and know what happened. Just they in control down there, working with the government. Why would they just let their number one resource to pick they cocaine or fruit or work in the oil fields for cheap? Why would they just let that many people walk away? It don't make sense. But I want to ask Real News. You was talking about the aid office. Was I correct? When you go there, they ask you about your money and the assets that you get. Am I correct?
Yeah, they do.
Yes, you're correct.
Okay.
And if you make a penny over whatever your limit is, whatever, you ain't gonna get nothing. You know, they know how they've been doing our people, but to talk about that labor situation, them people still make more. I mean, you can't just keep nobody in your country. They can get up and leave when they want to. So if they're making more money in the factories over here, that's how you know this nonsense. Remember, Martin, I brought up and he's like, man, I want to give you a hug when I talked about them temp agencies.
Mm-hmm.
Why they ain't going out to them temp agencies in them factories out there where all them illegals at?
Mm-hmm.
They playing a game with our people.
Mm-hmm.
They playing the
that's
game.
in America. And that's in America. Over there, those people got a stronghold. It's way different than here. There's some labor laws and rights. Them people don't have next to no rights, and to just they part of modern day slavery where they come from with their economy.
Right, so you gonna come. Right, so you gonna come where the economy better, where you ain't treated like no slave or they labor.
If you allow.
Right. If the and the U.S. has allowed them to come over here.
You know, let me say.
I'm saying, why would they come? Why would their
you're
country?
Man, I guarantee you, if Mexico say, hey, we're going to pay you people this here, we're going to treat you like that, we're going to give you reparations and stuff, we're going to flood down this. They're going to give us a better living, etc. and things like that. We're going to flood down there. We ain't going to let nobody hold us back, just like we migrated for the south and to the north.
And let me say something. Exactly. Hold it, Bill. Hold it. Why is it that I was in a conversation yesterday, and I hope they're listening, talking about, I like our people, we migrated to the north and all that stuff. First of all, we live here. We citizens here, first of all. And the difference between us and them, they have somewhere to go. We don't have anywhere to go, period. And that's real talk. The difference between you and a migrant have a place, they have a country to go to, not you with your black self. You don't have no country to go to. You're born and raised here. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So listen, listen, for those of you that's feeling sorry for people getting deported, at least they got somewhere to go. It ain't like they don't have anywhere to go. Go back to their country. Am I right? Somebody just help me out. At least they got somewhere to go. So they're not all the way out. They're not all the way out, bro. Yeah. Go ahead, more real news. Yeah.
You right. And they, remember that he was even offered to pay them to go back.
Yeah.
Free ticket back, everything.
Right.
They don't want to go back.
Yeah.
They want the freebie.
Uh-huh.
They want the freebie. You know, they want the freebie. Then it'd be a couple of families at times, even before all this. We remember in the 80s, we was cracking jokes like, man, there'd be 20 in a Toyota.
Right.
There'd be 30 in the house. You know what I'm saying? So all them checks, just think, man, that's why they walking around with better Jordans than the dope dealers. You know what I'm saying? When they was up there, they had better cleaner Jordans than people out there selling drugs, better clothes on, etc. You know what I'm saying? They got better cars. How you get all them cars? You know, all that out in the shelf stuff, all these cars.
Yeah, man, I brought that out.
We struggling to get a limit, man.
Yeah.
At times.
Yeah. And let me say this, people. Again, for those of you that's feeling sorry for those that are being deported or breaking up families, they can pack up and go back to their own country and take their whole family with them. And that's real talk. And for those of you that's talking about black people are being kidnapped, I'd like to know what black person being kidnapped. Did they ship them off somewhere, or they detain them for 72 hours, 24 hours? Did they let them go? What is it? Somebody help me understand that. See, these old talking points, being kidnapped. You know, don't forget now, you got black people that are Jamaicans, Haitians, Belizeans, Trinidadians, but they're not foundational black Americans. There's a difference. There's a difference. They have their own country. Say it, sister. I don't know your name, but say it, sister. You're right. They have their own country. So
go back home.
Right.
You got a host of people, and including black, that want to use the Constitution and saying that it's illegal to deport them. The catch in that is if you came here and was able to get in with without breaking the law, they can deport you at that point. But these people broke the law from the beginning. And we have been kidnapped. Not in this situation, but I'm sure it's still happening. Anytime you take a young man, a black man, and take him to the police station and don't nobody know where he is, or sometimes they do know where he is, and give him a case that he don't have, and then you ship him off to Menard, Stateville, Big Muddy, he been kidnapped.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
All right, Bill. All right, people, we got 5 more minutes and I got to get off here. So let me speak, maybe take one of these minutes real quick. Again, people, a lot of you are impressed about immigrants making all this money. Listen, very few immigrants started with little or no money and to acquire a lot of wealth here in this country. They had help. Trust me. Trust me. And it's you black people that keep them in business. Because if they wouldn't come in your community and set up shop if you didn't buy from them. And that's real talk. All right, people, we got 4 minutes. And I'm out of here.
Man, our people basically forced to buy from them. We ain't got no stores. We ain't got no gas stations. We ain't got no clinics. We ain't got no hospitals. We ain't got no law firms. And the law firms that you think is you better do your research. Some kind of way, the system has a stranglehold on our people, no matter what it is. You know what I'm saying? They'll let us get a barber shop here, salon, you know what I'm saying? Maybe sometime a beauty or a nail, but very rare because the Chinese and things got a hold on them things. But, you know, a restaurant or whatever, but that restaurant, they still got to get they supplies and everything else from another source. You know what I'm saying? We're not making nothing. We're not building nothing. You know, and it's systematically done. You know, it's a stranglehold on our people. So in most cases, we ain't got no choice but to shop, buy, etc. with other nationalities than our own.
Yeah, well, in some cases, we do have a choice. We shop for convenience. We don't have to give these people our money. We don't have to go grocery shopping at the gas station. Go to Jewel's. Go to Walmart or something. You don't have to go to the gas station. I see young ladies with their EBT card buying all them high groceries at the gas station. I mean, just full of groceries. And you just wasting your money with these high prices. And that's real talk. That's all I'm saying. All right, people, we're going to get ready. Bill, you want to say something? Because I got 1 minute. And I'm out of here.
Okay. I was going to say, back up real news by saying we have all these migrants and immigrants, and we have more representation on the local level and state and federal than them. So we see what the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go get you can't even go and pay that little bit of money to get a liquor license in Inglewood. You got to know somebody, and they know somebody to get them.
All right, Bill, we're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much, people.
You already know what it is. Live,
yeah.
Uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I love being black. Thank you, people. I didn't come on last night. I said I'd come on this morning early to make up for last night. Hopefully I'll see you guys tonight. Appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you share the video, like the video, comment on the video. Again, let me just say, I'm not mad at the migrants. They're just taking advantage of an opportunity. Hey, but I still realize that we have no friends. Now, I'm going to keep that in my mind. You can't take that away from me. But it's the politicians to be blamed of what we're witnessing right now before our eyes. The politicians are to blame because we don't have EBT if they don't settle this. It's the politicians, people. It really is. It's the game being played on us. That's all what it is. And we're financing our own oppression, people. As they say, stay woke. You know, they have made that, they didn't whitewash that name down, but it is what it is, people. Peace out. Share the video, tag someone, talk about it, comment on the video.